Hello students, I am back again. Our today's topic is components of government budget, but unlike our previous class, in this class we will be focusing on capital budget analysis. So let us begin. In my first slide, I have incorporated the definition and anatomy of capital budget. You can see that capital budget deals with the capital aspects of any government budget, and mainly it has two parts, that is capital receipts and capital expenditure. Receipts of any government which either creates liability on the part of government or decreases assets of the government may be regarded as capital receipts. And so we can say that any amount of money, which enters into the government exchequer or treasury, which either creates liability or decreases government's assets, we can regard that as capital receipt. Examples of capital receipts may be market loans, external assistance, then recoveries of loans and advances, this investment, etc. Okay. The main components of such receipts are borrowings of different kinds and repayment of loans and advances by other parties. So we can give example of disinvestment. The receipts are on account of partial disinvestment of central government's holding in the equity capital selected public sector enterprises. This came into existence in the wake of new policy of liberalization. In case of India. This investment is the selling of public sector enterprises held by government. It is also called the capital receipts because it reduces the assets of the government, because as the government will be selling its shares, obviously it will lead to the reduction in the asset. Now capital expenditure. Capital expenditure refers to the expenditure which leads to creation of assets or reduction in liabilities. Examples we can give, say defense capital, purchasing land, buildings, machineries, equipments, etc., and also investment in shares, loans to states, to union territories, for union governments and public enterprises, etc. Capital expenditure is also of two types. Although I have not mentioned in the slide, one is planned expenditure, capital expenditure, and non-capital expenditure. Non-planned expenditure. Planned expenditure is related to central plan and central assistance to state and union territories, and on the other hand, non-planned capital expenditure includes expenditure on various social and economic services of the government. Thus we came to know that the basis of classification of government's expenditure into revenue expenditure and capital expenditure is whether or not it creates assets or reduces liabilities. As we remember, revenue expenditure does not create assets, while expenditure capital expenditure creates assets. For instance, expenditure on the payment of salaries and pensions, interest payments, subsidies, and other expenditures for normal functioning of the government are treated as revenue expenditure because they do not create assets. With this, we came to the end of this today's lecture session. If you have any question or doubt, please post to me. I'll be very happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much. Have a good time.